Tune in every week to Poly Playbook, right here on Mustang News.
Hello and welcome to another fresh edition of Poly Playbook. We're serving up all the hot action, cool plays, and everything in between for Cal Poly Athletics. I'm Megan Healy. Poly Playbook starts now. Cal Poly's athletes have a new and improved athletic training center in Mott Gym. Reporter Daniel Sanchez has the story.
One of the newest additions to Cal Poly's campus this year is the newly renovated athletic training room located in Mott Gym.
I'd say the biggest difference in the training room this year is these taping tables we got right here. Last year we had to do all of our taping on these long, like icing tables, kind of. So, and then I'd say the second biggest difference is all the room that we got in here. You know.
Third-year baseball player Michael Clark reveals how he thinks the new room might improve the future of the program.
I'd say it just looks a lot newer. I think that'll be a hot commodity for new recruits.
In addition to being more appealing for athletes, the new training room also makes life easier for the athletic trainers.
It really brings the rest of the staff together, though. However, because we had a place where there was basically 3 staff that were in. Remember, I don't know if you remember Chris and myself and Paul had that back area, and so now it has all 7 of us, or all 6 of us, because Chris gets her own office. All 6 of us have our own station to work at, which is significantly helpful for paperwork, and everyone being much more efficient at their desk. And it just creates more privacy so that the athletic trainers can do it a little bit more private as opposed to someone looking over your shoulder while you're trying to input an injury.
In addition to the new taping tables and offices for the athletic trainers, we have the brand new whirlpool for the student athletes after a long sore day of practice. I'm Daniel Sanchez with Mustang News. Hoping you're not having as chilly of a day as I am.
Student athletes will also have 2 newly renovated fields, which they will have practices and events on in the spring. The Cal Poly women's volleyball team rallied from 2 sets down against Hawaii to win their 11th straight game. Cal Poly rallied to a thrilling 5-set victory after dropping the first 2 sets to win at Hawaii for the first time since 2006. The Mustangs are now 16-2 overall and in the first place in the Big West Conference with a record of 6-0. For the first time since 2008, Cal Poly Volleyball has been ranked in the AVCA National Top 25 rankings. In the last poll, the Mustangs were ranked at number 24. The team will try to continue their success as they will travel to take on UCSB on Saturday, October 14th at 5 p.m. The Cal Poly football team lost their 6th straight game of the season with several starters out with injuries for the Mustangs. Southern Utah jumped out to a 20-7 lead in the first half, and Southern Utah would hold on to beat the Mustangs by a final score of 20-14. These Mustangs have a bye this week, but 3 of their next 4 games will take place at home. And the Cal Poly football team is also down another key player this season. I got the opportunity to check out with the injured player.
On the triple option, Joe Prothro, the fullback, runs through a tackle down the middle of the field. He's inside the 30. It is a foot race to the 10, to the 5.
Number 5 senior fullback Joe Prothro was coming off the best season of his career, rushing more than 1,300 yards and 13 touchdowns during his junior season. But just a few weeks ago, Prothro took a pretty big hit.
I got a carry in San Jose State, and they got a D tackle. He was like 300+ pounds, and he just like twisted. I think he twisted my leg a little bit, and then I just felt a pop in my leg. It didn't hurt or nothing. I got up, and I just didn't feel stable.
Prothro is out for the season due to a grade 3 MCL tear. Lucky for him, he is able to take a medical redshirt and return in the 2018 season in hopes of taking his career to a professional level. This dream of his popped into his mind the second he knew he was hurt.
I thought about my family, and then I thought about my my goals to get to the NFL, and like, because at first they were saying like it might have been my ACL, and I was just thinking about like, damn, like I was like getting close to my dream, and now here's another like roadblock in the way.
Despite his injury, Prothro is still supportive of his team and hopeful for the season.
I see our fans and stuff like leaving at halftime in games. I'm like, man, got to keep the faith, and I think we'll turn it around.
Megan Healy, Mustang News. The team looks to break their 6-game losing streak. And the Cal Poly cross country team won the Big West Conference Championship this season. And Clayton Hutchins, the 2016 Big West Conference individual champion, was a big reason why. Hutchins was awarded Big West Athlete of the Year honors for his performance last year and was named the Coca-Cola overall Cal Poly Student Athlete of the Week multiple times. Hutchins also qualified to compete in the 5,000-meter Canadian Olympic trials this summer, where he placed 13th overall. Hutchins explains the Mustangs' goal and his goals this season.
We're returning our top 7 from last year. A couple guys have had some problems with injuries, but there's so many guys that are within the top 7 that can do so well if everybody just keeps working day by day. My personal goal is definitely be ready, be 100% fit for regionals, make it to nationals.
Hutchins made his 2017 debut this past Saturday at the Oregon Invitational, where he finished 67th. The Cal Poly Rugby is back in action after competing in the West Coast Sevens tournament hosted on campus last Saturday. The team finished in 5th place for the tournament, beating UC Davis for the plate championship. Their only loss of the day came against California, who took 1st place. With their 5th place finish, the Mustangs qualified for the Silicon Valley Sevens tournament in November, which will feature international competition alongside a separate collegiate tournament. The team will play their next 7 tournament in 2 weeks at Treasure Island. Cal Poly Rugby will look for a good result in these next 2 tournaments in hopes of qualifying for the national championships in May. Cal Poly Swimming and Diving hosted their inter-squad green versus yellow meet on Saturday. Green defeated gold by a single point, scoring 140 points. Cal Poly lost their previous meet against USC 153 to 154. 4 Mustangs won their races. Sophomore Brian Whittington won 2 races, the 100-yard backstroke and the 200-yard breaststroke. Overall, 12 Mustangs finished in the top 3 of the 12 individual events. Swimming and diving resume action this Saturday for the alumni meet at 11 a.m. at the Anderson Aquatics Center. The women's soccer team battled in a close game against CSU Northridge on Sunday in Northridge. The team fought hard, back from 1-0 and 2-1 deficits, but ultimately fell by the score of 3-2. The Mustangs' first goal came from senior Megan Abutin 38 seconds before halftime to the game at 1-1. Freshman Danielle Anderson scored the Mustangs' second goal on a header off a 30-yard free kick from junior Chelsea Berry. Sophomore goaltender Sophia Brown made 5 saves. The Mustangs return home on October 19th when they take on Cal State Fullerton. This Saturday, Cal Poly has 3 games. First, the Cal Poly men's basketball team kicks off their season with the annual Green versus Gold intra-squad scrimmage at 4:30 p.m. at Mott Gym. Then, the Cal Poly women's volleyball team goes for their 12th straight win on the road against rival UC Santa Barbara at 5 p.m. And then a few hours later, the men's soccer team will also play at UC Santa Barbara. This will be the first leg of the Green-Blue rivalry, the biggest rivalry in college soccer. The game kicks off at 7 p.m. We'll actually be right back with Kaba and Simon from the soccer team. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Mustang Insider. I am Megan Healy, and joining me today are a few soccer fellas. How are you guys doing? You guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm doing great, Megan. Hi, I'm Kaba Alkeblon. I'm a senior forward for the Cal Poly men's soccer team.
Awesome.
I'm Simon Bohm. I'm a junior. I'm the goalkeeper for the Cal Poly men's soccer team, and excited to be here.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to have you guys here. Thank you for joining us. I know it's midterm season. Okay, so we're going to get right into it. So tell me a little bit about how the season has gone thus far.
So we started off with a long road trip. We went to Indiana. We played IU, Notre Dame, and then we went to DC in Maryland, and we played Georgetown and Maryland U. And that was a really tough road trip, but it was good playing the top 3 ranked teams in the nation. We came back and we went on a roll for a little bit, and now we're right in the heat of conference, so trying to get through that.
So you guys were on a 5-game win streak. What happened after that?
After the win streak?
Yeah, after the win streak. So you guys were like rolling, you got the ball rolling. Then what happened?
It's conference. Anything can happen in conference. You know, we came out with an unfortunate result against Fullerton, 1-0. Poor call by the referee, but it is what it is. You know, we tried to move on. It was a tough road trip, but now we're back and ready to perform at home, so it's gonna be good.
Are you guys looking forward to any games that's, you know, coming up in the season?
I mean, I think we take one game at a time. It's the way to do it. But
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big week. Sac State at home, and then we go to SB, so it'll be a good time.
I know this weekend, Saturday, is a big blue-green rivalry, and it's at Santa Barbara.
Correct.
Is this the first time in a while that you guys are starting off the season playing away for this game? Because usually it's at home you start with the conference play against them, correct?
Yeah.
So how is that for you guys now, starting off that blue-green rivalry at Santa Barbara?
I think it's pretty good. I'm very happy to play them there first. It'd be nice to beat them at home, and then when we play them here, it's our senior night game, so I'm really excited about that.
How is the environment different at the Santa Barbara game versus being at Cal Poly?
Well, I think people might say that the Santa Barbara stadium is bigger, but I think the atmosphere is 100 times better at home. Not just because it's home, but yeah, I think people come out with an attitude that, you know, no matter what, we're going to give our 100%, and I think we're prepared for the same thing. So, yeah.
So not as many tortillas flying on the field at Santa Barbara as it is at Cal Poly?
It's the opposite.
It's the opposite?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, gotcha. Well, I think the Cal Poly fans turned that around the last couple of games to, you know, throw off Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the recruiting class. I know that you guys had one of the biggest recruiting classes this season, 16 new recruits, I think you guys started off with.
Yeah.
How has that been, like, integrating them into the team? Has that been difficult to kind of create a fluid dynamic?
Not really. I mean, I think our key to our preseason was to have everyone take a mature responsibility towards the season, and I think we've grown together, and I think we're going to keep growing together. So I think I'm really proud of, you know, the guys that stepped up to the plate. We have a young back line, but, you know, I think they've really shown what they can do, and we're just excited to see what they'll keep doing. So yeah.
Yeah, and as veterans, I'm sure you guys have a role and a duty to be leaders. So Kaba, how has it been for you to just kind of step into a leadership role for the team?
It's very nice to be in this role. It's nice to see that the young guys stepping up and taking on the challenge. We have 3 or 4 freshman starters, and they're putting in work, and it's nice to see that. And it's nice to be on the other side and trying to show them the tricks to make it through a full season in the Big West.
And Simon, you were actually just honored the Big West Player of the Week for soccer. How was that?
It's an honor, big honor. It's my first season playing, so of course it's very cool. You know, got family at home that are proud, and I think they might come out to the Santa Barbara game, so it'll be fun. But yeah, you know, I think we just, as I said before, one game at a time. So we're going to keep going with that approach, and of course, if I'll rally up some more accolades, that's awesome. But that's not what we're playing for. We're playing for, you know, as a team, and we're going to keep playing as a team.
Right.
So.
Can you take me through your mentality when you're in the goalie box? Like, what, I mean, do you have like a pregame ritual, or like what, I mean, how do you mentally prepare yourself to, you know, take on such a big role?
I mean, it comes with responsibility, but it's constant focus, and that's what we've been training for. You know, training, it's 100% or nothing, because that's how it's going to be in a game. Pre-game ritual, I think, you know, just staying calm, don't overthink it. That's pretty much it. So.
And I know that you are kind of following off of Wade Hamilton. Mm-hmm. How has he kind of been an influencer? Has he given you any advice as you've stepped into this position?
Well, I think, you know, even before Wade, Cal Poly has had a history of, you know, really good goalkeepers. You know, they've left a legacy every time they leave. And I know Wade did the same thing. You know, people still remember people doing this, and it was awesome. You know, taking over that spotlight. I think it, you know, has some certain responsibilities, but I think so far I've been handling it pretty well. So yeah.
I think you have too. I mean, that honor says a lot. So one last question for you guys. You know, you're seniors now. What is the end of the season going to look like for you? What are your guys' goals after this season?
For me, I graduate in December, and I want to be ready for the MLS draft and play professional soccer.
Awesome. And Simon, you have a little something?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I have a 5th quarter, so because I redshirted, so I got a season left in the tank, and I'm ready to give it my all.
Ready to roll. Well, wish you guys the best of luck the rest of the season. Again, thank you again for joining us on Mustang Insider. I'm Megan Healy. Turn next week.